Tuesday. This morning I engaged a Twitter account, the followers of a Twitter account to I believe his name is Carlos Cubello, something of that nature, a congressman locally here in Miami, and he made some sort of tweet about the First Amendment and freedom of speech, and he spoke about our forefathers, our founding fathers. So, ironically, taking the information off his profile that he was a Cuban Jesuit, I don't care what religion you are, I absolutely not. But what I'm interested in are the philosophies of man, and from what schools those have been born to educate the masses in a just and free manner. Okay, so ironically, I tweeted back something to the nature, and I'll put these in the slide out, something in the nature of perhaps he should reword and term the founding fathers, because certainly his fathers were of the Cuban Jesuit order of school, which were certainly different from those of George Washington. Keeping in mind, of course, that, what was it, Henry VIII, that was kicked out of the Roman Catholic Church because he had multiple wives. Is that right? And most importantly, England at the time had set up the Church of England because again, this all kind of roots back to money, but because money is power and it rules. The Church of England was created to retain the tithes in that country and not to send them back to the Vatican. One of the reasons Mexico, which I love greatly, revolted against Spain. Okay, the creation, essentially, therefore, of the United States is thus an organization, a constitution, fed from a school of thought to become independent from the bank and control of England. And England had advertently done the same thing to the Catholicism, if you will. Okay, so I got a response from some guy that studies autism or something, and he was astonished that I would speak to a congressman that way. And then I got a response from an article writer in San Francisco saying that, hey, it doesn't matter what boat we came over on, but we all inherited the rights of the Constitution. Yes, of course. But I was simply making a connection in a difference. Here the man is a Jesuit Cuban. Okay, that's fine, no problem with that. And I have no problem with him being an American, of course. I love people of all races. I've dated Chinese women, Korean women, Japanese, doesn't matter. I find all beauty in all walks of life. But I simply shut out that tweet to kind of see what type of return I would get, because again, I will go back. The founding fathers, and you notice I'm not saying our founding fathers. Okay, I'm not aligning myself to those fathers. My mother is English, and my French ancestry arrived to Quebec in 1640. So none of my family was present in 1776 in this country. It doesn't make, I was born in California, it doesn't make me not proud to be American, because I certainly am. But I do not refer to those fathers as my fathers. Okay. What I think they wrote is incredible and beautiful and wonderful. Okay. But I do not refer to those fathers as our fathers. Okay. Those are the founding fathers. Okay. So, my personal opinion is he should restate that, because I don't think those were his fathers. And certainly, if he's from Cuba, unless he had an English or French parent or German parent, those founding fathers are further from any type of family lineage to him than they are to me, right? I don't know. It might be direct line, but I've already stated where my lineage comes from. So that's simply all I was saying. So again, folks, if you're listening to this, you need to tie in. You need to understand what's going on with the Federal Reserve. It's not constitutional, from my understanding. Okay, it's not constitutional. We know it's corrupt. We know it must be corrupt. They're not permitting audits. So we as the people of this country, I don't care where you're from, Brazil, Colombia, it doesn't matter to me. Africa, it doesn't matter. Okay, we are in this together. We're in a country. We're living together, and the financial source that builds our military and paves our roads, right? I'm thinking that comes from somewhere else. Cannot be audited. It's called a Federal Reserve, but there's nothing federal about it. It's it basically appoints a chairman. Okay, who are these people, right? It's not me. It's not you, unless it is you. And from what I'm understanding, what I'm reading, that type of system in history has always failed. Okay, talking about the Romans, it's basically that failed the Romans. All right, it's basically that the founding fathers left England, and well, they didn't directly leave England, but it's their ancestors. It's that reason that the United States was built. Okay, because a central bank doesn't work. Certainly, if it's not ever audited. All right, so those are my words for Tuesday. I hope you've enjoyed. Leave a comment. And again, I'm doing all this because I'm trying to educate people into what's going on with the sprays. Last night, 2 a.m., I walked out the door here on Miami Beach. Okay, Clark Pesticide is spraying more pesticides. It's a truck that's going around. What's a chemical? Is it Duet? Is it DEET? What's going on? What is the chemical? Is it DIBROM? I don't think it's DIBROM. But DIBROM was sprayed here. Okay, stopspraying.org. We need to understand what is being sprayed. Chemtrails, are those healthy for people? It's a slow decline. Okay, Mike Adams, like some of these other people, it's a slow decline. It's manipulation over time to control the masses. All right, speak out about it if you don't agree with it. First Amendment, right, Carlos? Okay, and go do something great for someone today. Later.